Well, I mean, admittedly, these may be an infamous last words, but I actually am confident that we will solve it this year. That we will exceed. You say like what the probability of an accident. At what point do you exceed that of the average person?
Right.
I think we will exceed that this year. We could be here talking again in a year. It's like, well, yet another year went by and it didn't happen. But I think this is the year. Exactly. So it took me a while to sort of realize this, that in order to solve self-driving, you really needed to solve real-world AI. And at the point at which you solve real-world AI for a car, which is really a robot on four wheels, you can then generalize that to a robot on legs as well. The things that are currently missing are enough intelligence for the robot to navigate the real world and do useful things without being explicitly instructed. So the missing things are basically real world intelligence and scaling up manufacturing. Those are two things that Tesla is very good at, and so then we basically just need to design the specialized actuators and sensors that are needed for a humanoid robot. People have no idea. This is going to be bigger than the car. Yeah, absolutely.
Or
make dinner. I guess mow the lawn.
Take a cup of tea to grandma and show her family pictures. And
exactly. Take care of my grandmother and make sure. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it could recognize everyone in the home.
Yeah.
Could play catch with your kids.
Yes. I mean, obviously, we need to be careful that this doesn't become a dystopian situation. Like, I think one of the things that's going to be important is to have a localized ROM chip on the robot that cannot be updated over the air, where if you, for example, were to say stop, 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 that would, if anyone said that, then the robot would stop, type of thing. And that's not updatable remotely. I think it's going to be important to have safety features like that. I think they probably
love
will.
them and count on them. You'll have your own butler, basically.
Yeah, you'll have your sort of buddy robot, probably. Yeah.
I mean, how much of a buddy? Do you how many applications do you thought is there? Can you have a romantic partner, a sex partner?
I mean,
a lot of
it's probably inevitable. I mean, I did promise the internet that I'd make cat girls. We could make a robot cat girl. I mean,
be careful what you promise the internet.
So yeah, I guess it'll be whatever people want, really. For jobs that are dangerous, boring, repetitive, and things that people don't want to do. And I think we'll have like an interesting prototype sometime this year. We might have something useful next year, but I think quite likely within at least 2 years. And then we'll see rapid growth year over year of the usefulness of the humanoid robots and decreasing cost and scaling up production.
Help me on the economics of this. So what do you picture the cost of one of these being?
Well, I think the cost is actually not going to be crazy high, like less than a car.
Yeah. But think about the economics of this. If you can replace a $30,000, $40,000 a year worker, which you have to pay every year, with a one-time payment of $25,000 for a robot that can work longer hours, doesn't go on vacation, and it could be a pretty rapid replacement of certain types of jobs. How worried should the world be about that?
I wouldn't worry about the sort of putting people out of a job thing. I think we're actually going to have, and already do have, a massive shortage of labor. So I think we will have not people out of work, but actually still a shortage of labor even in the future. But this really will be a world of abundance. Any goods and services will be available to anyone who wants them. It'll be so cheap to have goods and services, it'll be ridiculous. Was there a question?
Why make that offer?
Well, I think it's very important for there to be an inclusive arena for free speech, where all, Twitter has become kind of the de facto town square. It's just really important that people have both the reality and the perception that they are able to speak freely within the bounds of the law. And So one of the things that I believe Twitter should do is open source the algorithm and make any changes to people's tweets. If they're emphasized or de-emphasized, that action should be made apparent so anyone can see that action has been taken. So there's no sort of behind-the-scenes manipulation, either algorithmically or manually. No, I think everyone will still blame me for everything. Yeah, if I acquire Twitter and something goes wrong, it's my fault, 100%. I think there will be quite a few errors. Yes.
It will be miserable, but you still want to do it. Why?
I mean, I hope it's not too miserable, but I just think it's important to the it's important to the function of democracy. It's important to the function of the United States as a free country and many other countries, and to help freedom in the world more broadly than the U.S. And so I think it's a I think there's the risk, civilizational risk, is decreased if Twitter. The more we can increase the trust of Twitter as a public platform, and so I do think this will be somewhat painful, and I'm not sure that I will actually be able to acquire it. And I should also say the intent is to retain as many shareholders as is allowed by the law in a private company, which I think is around 2,000 or so. So it's not like it's definitely not from the standpoint of let me figure out how to monopolize or maximize my ownership of Twitter, but we'll try to bring along as many shareholders as we're allowed to.
I heard that. I heard that.
But what I'm saying is this is not a way to sort of make money. I think it's just that I think this could my strong intuitive sense is that having a public platform that is maximally trusted and broadly inclusive is extremely important to the future of civilization.
But you've described yourself.
I don't care about the economics at all. Obviously, Twitter or any forum is bound by the laws of the country that it operates in. Obviously, there are some limitations on free speech in the U.S. and of course, Twitter would have to abide by those rules. So like I said, in my view, Twitter should match the laws of the country, and really, that there's an obligation to do that.